Okay, so today I returned to the broken Gremlin Head-On board, the one that I had on the floor, and I populated it with a processor and the test chip and used my test ROM, but it didn't run. There was no response. So I probed around on the data path, okay, and immediately I found the problem. The problem is pin 1, pin 1 on the two transceivers. It's not a very good angle for that. Let me try that. The pin 1 on the two transceivers, which basically enables these guys, was floating. It wasn't connected. And so pin 6 of this guy was not connecting to pin 1 of these guys. I just added a jumper. I did try to reflow the solder, hoping it would get it, but it wouldn't. So I just added a jumper from here to there. And now it's working. RAM tests are passing, and it's washing out again. Shoot. Anyway, trust me, it's there. Now, it's got a bunch of ROMs, bad ROM errors, because I have none of the ROMs plugged in, right? So each one of those is going to be bad. What I will do is I will take this processor out, and I will put one of my uni-ROM boards in, and then I won't need the ROMs anymore. But to test the board, I cannot use the uni-ROM, as discussed in previous episodes or videos, that the transceiver plus these transceivers, those delays added together is just too much, and it just it's too far for it, too far out of sync for the data and the address lines to make sense to the processor and to the board, I guess. So anyway, let me swap out this guy and I'll put the uni-ROM in, and let's see what happens. I found my uni-ROM boards, but I can't find an EEPROM that runs the game program, so I must have either erased it or misplaced it. But this one's a test ROM, an old version of the test ROM. So if I reset it, you can see that the test runs. This is an old version of the test. So it goes through the RAM tests, and then at the end, it's going to give me the familiar bit 7 and bit 1 error. So you can see here, this is an indication of a RAM failure. When you see the halt light on, and these lights are lit, that means bit 1 and bit 7. It's supposed to be these two end RAMs are bad, but they're not. It's because of the propagation delay between two sets of transceivers. It's just too much. It gives it false errors. So I don't know what I did with my Unipro, or I'm sorry, my Head-On game ROM. So I'll probably program another one, and I will be back. Okay, so I programmed a new chip, and I put it into the old board, and it didn't work. So I went ahead and swapped out the boards, the one that has the little ZIF socket on it, and that one does work. And both ROMs that I have, the old ROM and the new ROM, and they're two different codes, they both work. So something is sick with this uni-ROM board, this one. I'm going to try replacing the transceiver and also the processor, but the transceiver first. It's probably the problem. Let me see if I can get this one to work now. Okay, so I tried different technology chips in here. I had a 74HCT, I had a 74HC, and a 74LS. And the other board that works, this guy, has a 74F in it. 74F is going to be faster than 74HC and 74LS. 74HCT is going to be about the same speed as F, I guess. So the F and the HCT work. The other ones are just too slow. It doesn't work. Now, with these guys, I'm still getting the RAM errors if I put the RAM chip in it, or the chip tester. So I don't know if the game will actually play perfectly or not. I mean, if there's bit errors, maybe it won't. But the demo screen and also, you know, me test playing it, it seems to be fine. I don't know. So that's something to think about. This uni-ROM really needs a 74S there, I guess, if I can find one. I looked on eBay and different places, Jameco and stuff, and no one carries a 74S 245. It's kind of an oddball, I guess. But I'll see if I can find one online or something somewhere and grab it and plug it in and see if that makes any difference. I still got the test program here. This one's good for testing the RAM only. I need to program up a bigger ROM with the new program in it, in case I ever do resolve this timing problem. Anyway, that's it for this video. I've got, I guess both of these boards are working 100%. It seems to be. I just need to fully populate the ROMs and maybe not depend on this uni-ROM until I figure out a faster chip there. And I guess that's it. Now, actually, it's not it. This soundboard here, why are the lights on all the time? I was under the impression these were high enable. So when the signal's high, it turns on the sound. It's on all the time. That may be a bug because of this, right? This chip may not be controlling that or allowing the board to control that properly. I guess what I can do is I can populate the other board with all the ROMs and plug that in and see what it does. Let me do that. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got this thing populated with the ROMs, the original ROMs, and just the processor driving this. And I started a game, and it does look like these are high enable sound drivers. So each time a dot is hit, one of those lights flashes, and when I hit the button to accelerate, another light lights. So that's kind of like what I was expecting. Apparently that uni-ROM board, because of the bit errors or the timing or whatever, is just not working right. Still does well enough to play the game. That's interesting, isn't it? It's getting bit errors in the RAM test, but it still plays. Anyway, so, but the point is that either there's a problem with the board causing these lights to be on all the time, or it's a problem with the timing on that bits. So, I guess I'll pursue that later, but that's it for today. I don't want to mess with this anymore. It's starting to get late, and I got to work tomorrow. Hey, thanks for watching.